North Carolina State Senate votes to override Democratic Gov. Roy Cooper's veto to loosen gun restrictions. North Carolina's Republican-controlled Senate voted Tuesday to override the Democratic governor's first veto of the session on legislation to loosen gun restrictions, teeing up the House's first test of party unity under new operating rules. The Senate voted 30-19 along party lines to revive a package of gun access measures that would scrap a requirement that handgun buyers obtain a permit from their county sheriff. "What we're doing in this bill would not make individuals less safe," said Sen. Danny Britt, a Robeson County Republican and primary sponsor. While Republicans hold a supermajority in the state Senate, the 3/5 required to bypass a veto from Gov. Roy Cooper, they are one seat short of a similar majority in the House. North Carolina Senate allows domestic violence victims to testify remotely, avoid in-person run-ins. 3 House Democrats joined all present Republicans in voting for the gun bill earlier this month, indicating that an override might be possible for the first time since 2018. GOP House Speaker Tim Moore has called their potential to pull in some Democratic votes a working supermajority. The House is scheduled to hold an override vote Wednesday morning, Moore said. New House rules passed earlier this year eliminated a 48-hour notice for override votes and enabled them to take place on the same day the bill is received from the Senate or the governor. Some override outcomes could come down to who is present on the chamber floor at the time of the vote. While Republicans have said the sheriff screening process to buy a pistol is no longer necessary in light of significant updates to the national background check system, Democrats warned that without it, criminals and people with mental illnesses could more easily obtain weapons. They said the repeal would create a loophole as background checks are not mandatory for private gun sales or exchanges between individuals, which require only the sheriff-issued permit. Sen. Sidney Batch, a Wake County Democrat, reminded lawmakers that they were deciding whether to expand gun access a day after 6 people were killed in a school shooting in neighboring Tennessee. Wind gusts pick up NC inflatable rides, injuring at least 7 people during Little League opening day. Britt had urged the senators earlier Tuesday not to use the Tennessee shooting to score political points. While 6 families woke up this morning in Nashville grieving the agonizing loss of their children and loved ones, we are here today to make it easier for people hell-bent on causing mass carnage to buy a gun, Batch said. Bill supporters argue private exchanges make up a very small percentage of total gun sales and that criminals probably aren't obtaining permits anyway. Cooper, in 2021, successfully blocked standalone versions of the pistol purchase permit repeal and another provision allowing guns on some school properties where religious services are held. Guns would not be permitted on campus during school hours or when students are present for extracurricular activities. Gun owners can already carry at freestanding churches that opt in.